Guys, what's going on? It's a very exciting day. Today, I got some sparkles for the baby Glock from the Glock store. All right, guys, in today's video, we're gonna be installing some pretty cool parts on my everyday carry, which is my 43X. I'm very excited to get these parts. I've been wanting these parts for a while, and I finally broke down and got them. I had some store credit over there at the Glock store, so super excited. We'll talk about everything I have here in a minute, but first I want to talk to you guys a little bit about doing gun content on YouTube. Basically, they hate it. So most all of my, I would say half of my gun videos are suppressed to where they're put back. I guess they never make the algorithm or whatever you want to say. I'm not going to be one to sit here and complain about YouTube algorithm, but they suppress gun videos, and a lot of times if they don't suppress them, then you don't get paid for them. So my suggestion to you guys, if you guys are interested in seeing this gun content, is to make sure that you guys are subscribed and you guys hit the notification bell, and hopefully that'll give you guys a warning when I put out a gun video. Because I know a lot of times I put out videos, I know they're decent, and then they just sit there and go stale. Even some of the things like my Pentagon video that I recently put out, I expected that video to do a little bit better than what it did, and it just kind of sat there. So, and of course, I don't even know if that video is monetized, and there's no guns in there. Talk about suppressors, but no guns. I mean, there's that. It is what it is. I'm not going to stop. I love sharing my content with you guys and sharing what I'm going to be doing and that kind of thing, and the guns that I have and the gun builds that I have upcoming and that kind of thing. So, yeah. So, I don't know. That being said, let's jump into it. So remember, folks, this is for an EDC, and I'm going to put a little disclaimer out there. I don't recommend modifying your EDC in any way, shape, or form, especially if it's a Glock. It's a proven weapon. I feel anytime you introduce anything that's aftermarket to the weapon, you could be introducing a failure point or something that's just a little bit off. But in today's video, I'm going to be installing parts on my EDC that I think won't necessarily affect the performance or the reliability of the weapon. And I think one of them could possibly increase the performance. What we have today here, the first one we have here is the Maritime cups. And this is a pretty cool deal here. So this basically allows, from what I know, this allows the weapon to fire after it's been underwater. Some say it allows it to fire underwater. I think it's for draining purposes. So if the weapon was submerged, these cups allow the water around the firing pin to evacuate in an orderly fashion to allow the firing pin to actually cycle back and forth. The Glock 19X comes standard with these, and I have that weapon. If you guys haven't caught that video, you guys can check it out. Oh, speaking of videos, I'm trying to do a giveaway. That's the other thing. I'm giving away a red dot, and nobody's getting to view that video because it's being suppressed too. So if you guys haven't seen that video, make sure and check it out up here. All you have to do is like the video and comment down below on what weapon you want to put it on, and then I'll send you a brand new red dot if you win the competition. I'm just going to pick somebody randomly out of the comments as soon as the video hits 100 likes. So yeah, go check out that video too if you guys are interested in a red dot. So yeah, the Glock 19X comes with these factory. I have heard that Glock will not sell these. I don't know why. So this is technically an aftermarket part made by Ghost Inc. Yeah, I don't think it's something that's necessarily going to affect or defect the performance or the reliability of the weapon. It's just an improvement on the water cycling out of there if you were to submerge the weapon, which I don't really plan on doing. I just thought it was a really cool upgrade. The next thing we have here is the extended slide lock, and something kind of funny on this thing is that it says improves accuracy. This is a machined part versus stamped, which comes in the weapon, and what this is going to allow for easier disassembly, field stripping of the weapon. These are extended just a little bit. So if you guys are familiar with Glocks, you know that when you disassemble and take the slide off, you really got to get in there. And if you've just clipped your fingernails, it might be a little hard to get those on both sides down so you can release the slide. This should eliminate that problem, and it's anodized in blue. And that's one thing that I'm really excited about, is it being blue. And that brings us to the next part here, which I have blue pins for the 43X, and these are made of stainless steel, and these are produced by the Glock store. This is not really going to affect the performance, so to speak. It's going to replace polymer pins with stainless steel pins. Some might say it's an upgrade, some may say it's not. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's an upgrade, but I like the fact that it's blue. One thing I wish I could run on this gun is a blue mag release. Now, I actually have the blue mag release, and I had it installed on my 43X when I was running the Shield Arms magazines, but those did not work out too well for me. And I made a video on that too, talking about the Shield Arms magazines. And so I've since removed that, but I really wish I could put that back in there and run it. But I've heard it chews up the factory Glock magazines because they're all plastic there. So anyways, so I'm gonna try to do this video YouTube friendly. I'm not gonna show me actually doing the part on the gun. We're gonna look at the gun right now. So there we go, we got a good safety check. It's all clear. Yeah, and this is my everyday carry. I also have the 19X, and I carry that too, you know, when I'm wearing a jacket or whatever. But this is a really awesome gun. I've gotten really, not really good, but I've gotten decent with shooting the small firearm. The last couple times I've shot it, I've really come into tune with shooting this weapon. I wasn't at first when I first got it, but now I've kind of got the hang of it now, and I feel really confident with carrying this. And I use the stock magazines, 10 rounds. I typically carry an extra one in my pocket just in case, because a lot of people recommend that. But again, I'm not a soldier or special operator, so whatever. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. Now, I've never installed these parts at all, ever on a Glock. So I may have to stop the video and look at a YouTube tutorial, but I'm just gonna kind of go for it. The pins should be pretty straightforward, pretty much gonna punch those out. And I've seen Lenny on the Glock Store. If you guys haven't ever seen the Glock Store YouTube channel, go check it out. It's awesome. The production there is superb. And Lenny is just a great guy. The Glock Store is just a great company. I can't link any links to it in the description because of the YouTube rules or whatever. But yeah, if you guys are interested in Glock upgrades, performance, even just stock Glocks, whatever, definitely go check out the Glock Store, because those guys are just great over there. Great customer service, great products, and all that, and great videos, great tutorial videos. So yeah, go back to the pins. It's just pretty much press through process. I know the back one is going to be a slam dunk, but this one, I've heard the first time you push it through, it's going to be a little rough, so it might require a little bit of finesse or whatever. But yeah, and then this one's going to be basically removing or sliding it over and removing a spring or something. And this one, we got to click something in the back of the slide and get the firing pin out and put those cups on. So yeah, I'm going to disassemble the gun. I'm going to take the slide off of this, off video, and I'm going to set it here. So you can set it here, and this is something that I've learned from the Glock Store. A roll of duct tape works really well for a working platform when you're doing these pins and stuff on a weapon like this, because I can just take a punch. And I have my hammer here. This is an AR-15 multi-tool, but it's got different hammer heads basically that you can put in here, so it makes a decent little tapping hammer. And I'm gonna get some punches. I think I have some punches here in some of my tools or whatever. So yeah, basically I'm just gonna take that, I'm gonna punch these through, and then I'll show you the pins, and then we'll go back and do the cups, and then we'll do this slide release. It's gonna be a lot of fun, guys, so I'm stoked, can't wait. All right, folks, we're making some progress here. I have the pins installed, and I have the extended slide lock installed, and I had to actually go and watch a video on the extended slide lock because I was under the impression that you had to pop this upper portion off, which is not true. Actually, the slide lock is super easy to replace. You could actually probably do it with the gun together, but yeah, it basically just slides out. You kind of put a little pressure. You can take a pin here, and you can put a little pressure in there on the spring and kind of hold it down. Just put your thumb over it so the spring doesn't fly out, and then basically the new one just slides in, and the spring helps lock it in place. And this is a huge improvement. They don't stick out that much further, but the grip without using your nails and just using your fingertips, and actually my fingertips are a little bit greasy right now from dealing with the pins, and butter. So this is super cool. I'm super stoked with this slide release. Now you can see the pins I got in there. They look amazing. I did do a little goof, and you can see here on the other side, I did scratch it a little bit. So getting the original pin out I just took, you know, the punch and the hammer and one little tap, and it slid right out. And I was kind of surprised with that. And so I followed, the pin was still in there, and I followed it with the new one and pushed it in there. Well, you know, there's two like spring clips in there, and that's what the notch is for. So in this thing, you can see there's two little notches in here, and that's what the spring like kind of sits on there and kind of holds the pin in there, the trigger pin in there. So getting it through that first initial spring was a little tough. So what I did is I just stuck an Allen wrench in from the other side, and I was digging around in there and trying to depress the spring. And in that process, I kind of scratched the end of it. So just if you guys are in there digging around for the spring, be aware of that. Maybe use a rounded tip something or a rubber or something. Possibly even the stock. This came with my 19X, and this is to change the grips on the back. And this is exactly what I used for the rear pin because it fit perfect. And this is polymer, so this won't scratch the pins. So I should have used this instead to kind of help get that spring through, but whatever, live and learn. It looks awesome. I'm totally stoked. And so now we're gonna go for the cups. All right, folks, make quick work of that. The Maritime cups were actually really easy to install. They were probably actually easier to install than the slide lock here. Just had to figure out the slide lock. Actually, everything was easy to install. I think these are some worthwhile upgrades, and I've disassembled the weapon a couple times now with using these, and it's way easier to disassemble now. So this is really a cool upgrade in my opinion. It's also machined instead of stamped. And going back to the improving accuracy set on here, I went back and watched the video and listened to Lenny McGill talk about how it improves the accuracy, and it has something to do with the way the barrel stops. So every time the weapon fires, the barrel comes back and stops. And he's saying that with this machine product that's stronger, better, more consistent, more reliable, doesn't bend like some of the stamp parts might, you're getting more consistency in where the barrel stops. So going back to the follow-up round, after the barrel comes to a stop, he's saying that it improves accuracy because the barrel is going to be more consistent in where it stops. So that's where the the improved accuracy comes from that. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. To me, it's probably not. I'm not that good of a shooter, but I can tell you that really loving my 43X. I think this is an amazing weapon, and I really like the blue little tidbits in here, and the fact that I have Maritime cups in here now makes me feel a little bit better inside, gives me the warm and fuzzies. So again, guys, I think these are some awesome upgrades, and if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure to post them down below in the comment section, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Again, go visit the Glock store. Great customer service, great products there, and they'll help you improve your Glock. They'll even do custom work there. You can send your weapon in there and get it modified and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is totally awesome. I am totally stoked. I got the grips here, and like I said, I might in the future do the spring up here with the tungsten guide rod. That'll help with the recoil. And I want to put the Glock factory metal sights on here. And this gun will probably be done after that. Just keep it stupid simple. So, till next time, folks.